Hi everyone, my name is Anandrada, and today for my report or my little tour, so excited. I'm going to be talking about Harry Potter. I've been a big fan of Harry Potter since the age of 9, so for a long time. Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, also known as the Philosopher's Stone in the United Kingdom. I did not know that until very recently, as a Potter fan. We will be taking a tour as well into the first series of Harry Potter's world and the forming places that I thought that are not just important in this book, but also important throughout the books and throughout the movies, because these are the 4 places where it all starts and where it all ends. The place that I'm going to be showing you is Fort Private Drive, Diagon Alley, Platform 9 3/4, Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry. Now, many of these places I'm going to be taking you to are replicas that Warner Brothers Studios has in London, as well in California and in Florida. Now, so these are actual places. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to talk to you first about the book and then the fun facts about the actual place. So let's get started. So our first stop is going to be Fort Private Drive. And here is where Harry lives with the mom side of the family. So the mom side, when Harry's mom and dad died after Lord Voldemort killed them, Harry was placed in the hands of the Dursleys. I think I'm pronouncing that super wrong, but I cannot pronounce it, the Dursleys. So Harry's mom had one sister known as Petunia, or Aunt Petunia, and she married Uncle Vernon, even the name is horrible, Dudley Dursley, which is their son. Their son is about the same age as Harry's age, and they treated him really, really bad. In the book, they were described as prejudiced, narrow-minded, ignorant, and very, very horrible. They did not like anything to do with magic or anything to do with witches or wizard. And Harry grew up with them since he was an infant, so he never really knew about his background. He really never knew what his parents really did. All he knows is that his parents died in a car crash. So they treated him very, very bad. He lived where all the house supplies lived. Not in the garage, but like in the little underneath the stairs. So like the supplies closet. So it's very small, very tiny, not so much space, and they treated him as a servant. They were actually very embarrassed to even talk to his neighbors. So none of his neighbors really knew who he was, and nobody really knew that Harry even existed, because the aunt and uncle, the Dursleys, never talked about Harry whatsoever. It was always about Dudley. That was their golden child. Now a little bit about the fun facts. This place is an actual home. It's not located in Fort Private Drive, but it is located in Martin's Heron, Bracknell. No, I'm saying that wrong. It's in the United Kingdom, but this house is worth over £4 million, and it has also been filmed in the very first movie. The driveway is the actual driveway of where this house is located. How awesome is that? But again, due to the logistics, Time Warner Brothers, they had to do a replica and put it in, and they made the replica as well as the inside of the house, of this specific house. They made a replica in Warner Brothers Studios in London. So people can actually go visit the replica, or they can go and do a little searching around, as I did in this place. So I thought this was super, super cool, because in the movie it's like a little countryside, and then you have, the homes. So from here, it's worth a lot of money, and I thought that was just pretty cool that there's an actual house. How awesome is that? So our next stop, it's going to be the Leaky Cauldron. The Leaky Cauldron. Here is where Harry is taken by no other than Hagrid, the big friendly giant, also known as the Gatekeeper. We will talk about that later on. But after being saved by Hagrid, and since Hagrid is a giant and he does live in the wizarding world, he came to rescue Harry Potter from the grasp of the evil Aunt and Uncle, which they were really put in, they didn't take him. Mostly they left him there because the whole adventure and lore of Voldemort, yada yada. Anyways, going back to my point. Here is where Harry is first introduced into the wizarding world, and also it is a small pup. Now this is the picture of how it first used to look like. And this here is where people knew him. People knew he was famous. Harry did not know he was famous whatsoever until Hagrid came into his life and told him that he was accepted into the Hogwarts Magic School of Wizardry. Harry didn't even know what that was. But for him to actually be saved from these horrible people was good enough for him. So here is Muggles are not able to see this pub or go into this pub. Muggles meaning non-wizards, so us regular people. And this place is actually located in a market called, again, pronouncing it wrong, Leadenhall in London. Now, it doesn't look like this anymore. It's actually a lot nicer from my other pictures, but I wanted to give you an actual picture of how it first looked like. And then also people here, right located here in the Leaky Cauldron, going back to the book, there is no other than Diagon Alley. Now, Diagon Alley is in a different place of England. Diagon Alley is actually located in another marketplace called Cecile Court, and it's very small. People go there to shop and to there's old antique shops, bookstores, restaurants. Very, very tiny. Now going back to the story, so here is in Diagon Alley, which is right behind the Leaky Cauldron. So only wizards are allowed to enter this place. Now here is where Henry gets all of his school supplies. Here's where wizards and witches get everything from nothing. So you will find everything in here, as well as money, green gods. So imagine this: the DMV, it's the most scariest place, right? The DMV mixed with the Bank of America. Very scary place. Here is where Henry finds out that he has lots of gold, lots of money stashed, and he is able to buy all of his school supplies, all his owls, all his books. Now this place is very important, Diagon Alley, especially in the future, because here is where Ollivanders is, and here's where all the wizards and witches get their wands in Ollivanders. Now remember, the wand chooses the wizard, not the other way around. Now, next off, we are going to be going to platform 9 3/4. So here is where 9 3/4. Platform 9 3/4 essentially because it is where Harry's journey starts into Hogwarts. This is the gateway for him to go and practice magic. Now, platform 9 3/4 is between platform 9 and 10, but there's no sign that says platform 9 3/4 because in the Muggle world that does not exist whatsoever. So he is wandering around trying to figure out where it's at. He's asking people questions. He is starting to look like a crazy kid carrying an owl that people should not even have, so they start judging him big time. And here is where he meets Ron Weasley, all the Weasleys, which help him out to figure out how to get through the wall. So he literally has to run through this wall that's between 9 and 10, platform 9 and 10. And when he runs through the wall, it says platform 9 3/4, and here's where he hops into the Hogwarts Express. And here he also meets Hermione. So now he has Ron, Hermione. So it's very, very important because all his friendship, his little family, he creates it here in this amazing little magical place. Now, this place is actually located in London King's Cross, just like in the movie. And they do have a wall, and they have the little trolley going through the wall so people can take pictures, and they also have a store and a gift shop. Now, here is where the Hogwarts Express takes Harry into his new life, into his new adventures. So this is the Hogwarts Magic School of Wizardry. And the School of Wizardry is actually located in Scotland. So the train takes them all the way from England to Scotland. And all his adventures start here. He meets Professor Dumbledore, who is the headmaster, and he also sees again Hagrid, who is the gatekeeper. So he makes sure that all the New Years and everyone from the New Years to the older kids enter through these gates into Hogwarts School. Now here is the first year. So first year, Harry's the first year. He gets sorted by the Sorting Hat. Now, there's 4 houses that you can get sorted to. Gryffindor, Slytherin, Hufflepuff, and Ravenclaw. Slytherin and Gryffindor are rivals. So think as Slytherin, the bad guys, boo, even though I know a couple people that are fans. And we also have Gryffindor, the good guys, woohoo! So here is the Sorting Hat, gets placed on top of his head. He starts talking to him. He's like, you're going to go into Slytherin. And basically Harry begs not to go into Slytherin because of all the bad stuff that he's heard. So he begs the Sorting Hat to get placed into, into Gryffindor. And here is where all of his adventures between Lord Voldemort and Harry Potter begin. All of the duels, all the good and bad stuff that's going on within the castle and outside of the castle. Now, this castle is actually located in England, in Alnwick Castle. I've actually been in this castle. This is pretty big. It's huge. And here's where a lot of the Quidditch shots were filmed, and I thought that was really cool and very fascinating. Also, if you see the movie where they first eat where they have their breakfast, lunch, and dinner, all their meetings for the school is very, very tiny in compared to the movie. They make it so big, but it was pretty cool to go and see. It was very, very tiny little place. And this was the inspiration for the book. So a lot of the things that you see in the book, again, it was replicated by Warner Brothers and in London studios. And that is all for now. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you very much. I enjoyed making it. This is amazing. Can't wait to do things like this with my students. This is definitely a great integration between technology, geography, and literacy. How awesome is that? Thank you, and have a good night, morning, or evening.